Welcome to the instructional video for the Vehicle Innovations Challenge in the Good Judgment Open forecasting platform. We're going to quickly show you how to log in and then forecast in the platform at your leisure. So first, let's open an internet browser and go to gjopen.com. You'll then log in using your business email address and the password issued to you in the email with this attached video. Once you log in, you can see there are several different challenges going on. Our challenge is the 2018-2019 Vehicle Innovations Challenge, so you can click there. You'll see a brief overview of the challenge up on the top of the page, and as you scroll down, you can see all the live questions below in this dashboard type area. You can see what's called the crowd consensus for each question at any given time on this dashboard. For instance, for this question with multiple options to predict, the crowd thinks it's about 63% likely that the question will resolve at more than 115, and so on. For a simple yes or no type question down here, the crowd currently thinks it's about 40% likely to end up as yes. Okay, we're ready to make a forecast now. Let's pick a question, say the battery cost question, and click Make a Forecast. At the top of the page, you'll find the question, and under the question, important supporting and clarifying information about the question, including what source will be used to ultimately resolve the question, or why this question is important, or some historical context to better inform your forecast. Now let's scroll down to familiarize ourselves with some important features of the platform. First, you can click on the Comments and Forecasts tab to see what fellow forecasters are forecasting, and more importantly, what they are thinking. So here are some examples of comments. This user, with an anonymous username of Emil, has a lot to say about why they think their forecasts are appropriate. Emil includes online sources to support their claims. You can what's called upvote comments to acknowledge those who make thoughtful, informative comments. You can also reply to comments, or flag comments for future reference, or even get a link to each comment. Here's an example of another forecasting comment, and so on and so on. You can keep scrolling down to the end. Another feature is that you can follow individual forecasters you may like. You can also click on More Information about the question. This is identical to the description just below the question stem above. You can also look at graphs and stats about the question. So here we have historical trends of the crowd consensus to see how the crowd has changed its views over time. Lastly, you can click on My Forecasts to see all your forecasts on this question to date. That is, you and all members of the crowd are encouraged to forecast multiple times on each question as you find information that you feel gives you reason to update your forecast. Ultimately, your accuracy will account for how accurate you were on the question and how early within the challenge you were accurate. So if you don't update your forecast with new information, we will assume you wanted to keep your most recent forecast. Okay, so now that we've gained that information from down below, it would be time to scroll back up and make our own initial or updated forecast on this question. There are two types of questions in our challenge: yes or no type questions, also called binomial type, where you are asked to provide the likelihood of the question resolving as yes. There are also multinomial questions, like this one, where you can spread your probability among several options or ranges, adding up to 100%. So for example, let's say you think there is 0% likelihood of average battery costs landing in this range, maybe 10% likelihood in this range, 30% in this range, and 60% likelihood in this range, and 0 chance landing in this range. Okay, lastly, you can share your thought process for making this prediction, including any sources you may have found or other comments you found useful. This is just like we saw other forecaster comments in the section below. Remember, your user ID is anonymous here, so we encourage you to both review comments of others and add any comments yourself. Finally, remember to simply click Submit to post your forecast and comments. Then you can move on to forecasting other questions as you'd like. Thank you for your time, and again, welcome to the Vehicle Innovations Challenge at Good Judgment Open.